Okay, so we are going to start with a 90-degree haircut here. So the first thing I'm going to do is hand sanitize, right? Always hand sanitize, especially right now. Okay, so we're going to start with the perimeter for a 90-degree haircut, and because it's short, we don't have to have it clipped in sections. We'll just do what we'll call an umbrella parting, where we take from the top and we just comb it down in its natural fall. So we'll start by having the client look down, and we're going to bring it around and start in that middle, going to the side, okay? So you can do it on the skin, or you'll get a little bit of elevation, but you can take it in your fingers if you'd like, and do it that way, okay? I'll keep it this way so you can see what I'm doing. It's a little easier for the demo. Okay, take it to the ear, take it to the ear. Okay, then we'll have the client look up, and we're going to come to the front, come to the front and do that bang area. Okay, I know you can't see this, but I'll demonstrate it on the other side. Go ahead and look this way. Okay. And then, so I've got my bang length and my back length. Now I'm going to go to the ear. So we're going to leave this a little bit over the ear. So I'm going to lift it. Remember right where that breaks at the ear. I'm going to lift that. And I'm going to do a little bit of point cutting so that as that lays, it has a natural lay and it's not quite so harsh. And then I'm going to bring that forward. I'm just going to follow that hairline. Bring that forward. There's my front piece. Here's my back. I'll bring that down. You can also leave it at the natural fall. Well, not natural fall, but leave it at the hairline. And then I'll bring the ear out of the way. I'll do a little C-shaping there to bring that forward. Okay, I've got my guide here and my guide up there. I'll bring that in my hand and just connect those two pieces. It's okay if I've got a straighter line here because it's not going to fall forward like this. It's going to fall back and it's going to kind of dissipate anyway. Okay. I'll do the same thing to the other side. I'll do it quickly instead of stopping the video. All right, little point cut at the side, swing it forward, blend it up to the front guide. Do a C-shaping behind the ear and blend it from that bottom area by the nape up to where I cut at the ear. Okay, so ditto, right? Okay, so now we're going to take that little mohawk section, okay? So if I comb this back now, I'm going to take it through the center, that little width between the eyebrows above the nose. I'm going to bring that up. I can see my guide. I can't get you closer, but my guide is here. Just bring that down. So we're at about the 3-inch mark. So I'm just going to continue that across the top. About 3 inches, there's my guide. My fingers are perpendicular. The hair is coming straight out from the root. It's roughly about the width of my comb. So this is where your all-purpose comb really is going to help. You've got about an inch, inch and a half width there. And I'll just pull it up. There's my guide. Hair's coming straight out from the root. My fingers are perpendicular to the scalp. Bring that across. Okay, so we're just going to continue that all the way down that back. And I just work my way down. I always have, what do I say? A little old, a little new. Okay. I think the lighting in here isn't very helpful. Let me grab another light just in case. A little old, a little new. My fingers are perpendicular, right? Straight here. Bring that up. A little old, a little new. And when I get to this bottom spot, if my bottom outline is shorter than my 3 inches at the top, I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to over direct a little bit from that 90 degree. I'm going to go down a little farther. So I'm going to take this. Here's my old, but here's my old. Get my stripes out of the way. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to tip it out. So it's almost a 45 because I'm closer here, right? I'm not perpendicular now, right? Here's the comb. Perpendicular would be out here, but I'm going to do basically like a 45 back here, okay? So bring that up and out. So now I've gone from an inch and a half and blended that to about that occipital area, and there I'm at my 3 inches. Okay, so you see how that goes out. So a lot of you get nervous about this cut when it's a guy's cut. This would be kind of considered a businessman's cut, right? It's not so short that we're doing clippers, but inch and a half, right? It's pretty short under here. And when that falls, it'll just lay nice. So it's essentially your 90 degree, and then it goes down to that 45 at the base. Okay, so now I'm going to do the side to side. So I've got my mohawk, did my outline. So now I'm going to pull this up. And I've got my guide from the front outline there. I've got my guide from the mohawk, and I'm just going to connect across. So I'm going to take that mohawk, from the mohawk section, I'm going to widen it on one side and curve around. Then I'm going to widen it from the other side and curve around. Okay, so I'll let you watch. Again, I'm taking where my section is. I'm letting the comb grab the next section beyond that. So the comb just grabs that. I lift it. I can see my guide in both spots. Cut off the extra. Scoop up a little. So even though it looks like this is all being drawn together with it, I'm really only looking for the hairs from this section right behind it, so that way it's not too far out of whack. Okay. If you lose your guide and you start blending it to these shorter hairs here, see, if I just let that go, all of those hairs come out, and I'm just left with the section that I cut last. And now I curve it, and there I am at my mohawk again. All right, I'm going to continue this on the other side. right? But for this sake, since I can only videotape from one side, I'm going to pretend I've done this side, and now I'm going to come back. I finished this section. Now I'm going to move down to the next section. So it will look the same. I can see my guide from the front. I see my guide from my previous section, in this case where I widened the mohawk. I'm still doing 90 degrees out from the scalp. And I'm just inching my way around, making sure my fingers are perpendicular. And I'm just making my way to that middle point, which is that mohawk, because I know if I've blended to the mohawk, then I am staying on track. There's my mohawk. I really don't have anything to cut. Okay, now I do the other side, and then I come back. So now I'm at a point where this is going to be a little shorter than up here. So just like that back section, we had held that at an angle. I'm going to hold this at an angle too, so that it goes from being 3 inches to tapering down a little bit by the side. So here, this would be 90 degree, but do you see all that hair falling out? So now I'm going to angle that out. So I keep my fingers at the shorter spot, I freeze that, and then I tip my hand over to do the blend. I'm going to change the angle just so maybe you can see it. See how I tip that out? Cut that. Okay, so now I'm at this transition point. All of this hair isn't shorter, so I just have to follow what my blend is telling me right above, but I'm still going to that mohawk. It's going to look a little more like a 90 now again, where my fingers are perpendicular. Okay, there's my mohawk. I really don't have anything left. Okay, so now I'm going to go down. I've done this section. I've done this section. I've done this section. So I'm done with the sides. Now I'm just going to focus on the back. Okay, comb that down into place. I'm going to move the ear out of the way. I'm going to get the comb in there to lift that hair. And I should be able to see the guide from my outline. Okay, I'm not cutting new hair. It's not, just a guessing game. When I blended that hair this way on my outline, that's the guide I'm bringing up now. Okay, it does have a little bit of a slope. Okay, so it's a little bit of a 45 there because my fingers aren't coming straight out from the scalp. It's coming with a little tip. Yep, and there's my blend from my mohawk guide, interior guide. Now I'm at the bottom. Okay, I've got a guide here, I've got a guide here, and I've got my outline. So I'm going to cut off that extra. I'm going to use some of that in my next guide. I can see that here. See how my hands are tipped? Well, not quite, you can't see, but they're tipped out. Okay, so now I've just done these mohawk sections, or excuse me, horizontal sections, starting with the mohawk, worked my way down, matched the other side, worked my way down, matched the other side, worked my way down, matched the other, just alternating all the way. So think horizontal stripes for your sectioning. You're taking the exterior guide, blending that with your little guide from the section above, and you're blending that all the way till you get to that mohawk guide. Okay? All right, so I'm going to finish up to match the other side, and then I'll show you how we balance it.